Let's start talking about first the tour. You've recently been on the Soul of Summer tour. Tell me about that.
Yes. Well, we're still on the road. We actually still doing dates right now. As a matter of fact, I'm actually heading out tomorrow morning to Omaha, Nebraska, and Livermore on Sunday. So we're hitting the road, and we doing something what I would consider, or what I think is a little different. It's a little it's called the Soul of Summer because we kind of pay tribute to a lot of the music from the 60s, the 70s, 80s, our music, and it's a good flavor, and we kind of let the audience, the smooth jazz audience, sort of experience us before we were sort of what I would call adopted into smooth jazz. I started out in R&B, and Mace's R&B, and Eric Derry's is sort of in the contemporary jazz scene. So a really great combination of what the three of us do. But sort of in the middle of the show, we kind of unplug and strip everything down, and actually do a little Curtis Mayfield and Donny Hathaway, and do Angela Bofield. People that otherwise I think in smooth jazz, that community probably would have not heard some of that music. So it's kind of a fun thing. It really is a fun thing. We're having a lot of fun with it right now.
Yeah. And I was reading in the press release for the tour that you were digging up soul music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like you mentioned, and stuff people haven't heard in years. So, do you feel like people and music fans were longing for this type of thing?
You know what I think? We played the Hampton Jazz Festival, and because it's such a successful festival, it's like the 49th annual Jazz Festival, and we did when we started the Unplugged thing, you had 14,000 people singing, People Get Ready, and that just kind of really sort of, it's really encouraging to me, because it was sort of a vision I had, and I knew that after doing all these packages with my dearest friends, Dave Cars and Rick Braun, and Richard Elliott, Joe Albright, Kirk Whalum, I think this is something that's just a little different and maybe even needed, because like I said, I'm trying to you always got to try to raise eyebrows somehow, and bring something different, bring something fresh, and introduce people to a music that you started with, and that's what's fun about this. That's what's really great about it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I was reading that this is your first time producing a show like this, and you mentioned your vision. Do you think that so far the shows are going according to your vision, and it's been a success?
You know what? It is. It's absolutely, would I love to do more shows? Absolutely, and I think this is just a seed sowing, we're just getting our toes wet right now in the market, because of course touring is not what it used to be, so you have a few challenges in that. Times are different, the music business is different, but you got to keep, evolving, and you got to keep in and doing something different. And what I love about what this is a little bit of a different twist and spin on people not just get smooth jazz or, Sarah and Lies and Take Care of Me, but they're actually getting, a little kind of a tribute to some of the great artists who made great music, and that to me, I think I think next year, we will probably see definitely a spike in terms of doing more cities, reaching more people with this type of concept. Yeah.
How has the reception been from the audiences you performed for on this tour so far?
Amazing.
Amazing.
From start to finish, it's just energy. It's total energy, and I think people are absolutely, just floored. They love it. They absolutely love it. And it kind of, like I said, it bridges that gap of gospel as well. And not just R&B. It kind of bridges where I am, just spiritually where I am all the time, and it gives people all of that. And we've been getting just amazing response, absolutely amazing response. Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Aside from this tour, I know you released the album last year, So Strong. Talk to me about that album and how it's been received and all of that.
So Strong is also like kind of I would say like a return to Jonathan Butler doing R&B stuff that he used to do, and I wanted to do a classic type of, R&B type of records where I'm singing more, and instead of, there's not a lot of instrumentals. There's probably only 4 instrumentals on the record.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the album is vocal, it's R&B, and again, it's just, staying relevant in the music business, in the music world, having that relevancy is important to me.
Yeah.
Instead of taking a back seat and saying, well, let me just do what I've known to do all the years. I think it's always, for me personally, I like to kind of push my own envelope to take myself to a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've been making music for so long, you've been in this industry for a while, and you've had a lot of success. So, what do you see as your legacy, so far in the music industry?
Well, it's sustainability. I'm not in it for the hit. I'm living it because this is what I know to do. This is all I know to do. And the Bible says a good name is better than earthly treasures, and I hope my legacy would be that the name Jonathan Butler is a good name, and that's what I'm very much more concerned about that, than anything else, because when you have a good name in this business, you'll always be on the road, and when you care when you care about what you do and love what you do and passionate about what you do, like everything else, you gotta keep turning the soil. You may not have as great a successful record this year, but it doesn't mean you stop. You gotta keep just turning soil until you find that thing that connects with the audience. And I've sort of gone full circle. I've gone from sort of R&B, pop, jazz to now gospel, and now I'm sort of in a place that I always wanted to be, and that is ministry. Wherever, the ministry within the genre, within the place that I'm in. People are receiving me just the way I am. Church is receiving me just the way I am. And so I think I kind of have to walk my own road, and figure this out, and trust God to sort of, navigate me to where He wants me to be. And I'm really, really happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
About that. Yeah.
Okay. And tell us what's next for you.
I'm actually starting a new gospel record. As a matter of fact, I've been writing for these past few months, preparing for another gospel album. Probably my third gospel record, I think. Yes, solo gospel album, and so that's what I'm working on right now. And I will also be working on a jazz project. I don't know. My kids seem to think I should do a world music record, so so I might end up doing a world music album. And this is the thing about it all, is that you're not done. I'm not done.
Yeah.
There's a book inside of me. There's music inside of me. A world music album. There's a straight ahead jazz album in me. I'm not done. I don't feel like I'm done. I feel like I'm just, discovering myself and what I do and what I need to do,
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.